Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. I'm gonna show you where I'm at real quick. I am at the Sanctuary Vineyards. Now, of course, you see some farmland. You see a Kitty Hawk school over there. You see some graveyard. What you do not see is a 100-year-old cotton mill gin house. It's further down the street. It completely burned down. Why did it completely burn down? Well, shit, it was 100 years old and it was made out of very old wood. But it had became a flea market stop, a shopping bonanza. And what you have left, the same family that owns the cotton gin and owns that over there, owns this over here. This is called the Sanctuary Winery. It was very delicious, very good. I tried several of their wines. They had dry to sweet wines. Again, you've got a 100-year-old house across the street over there. I don't know, you see my finger over there? See right there where I'm pointing with my finger? All right, so you literally, I'm taking you guys on the road with me, but again, they have a acoustic sunset. They have jazz music that comes out here. These benches you see folded up, they put out a big tent and play jazz music. This is something I had wanted to do in North Carolina near my family. Again, you guys, when people say, Erica, how can you make money off land? You never know. You have to build it and market it, and they shall come. So what ended up happening is there was a 100-year-old mill house. I may go further down the street so you guys can see it, but it completely burned down. And this place right here, you know, there was wine parties, there was weddings, there was events. But I'm gonna get in the car now and maybe take y'all by. Let me see if y'all can see right here. Right here, can you see? And so I'm inside, and of course people are like, well, what do? You got a camera with you? What do you do? And I go, look, I'm a YouTuber who has an investment club. And you should have seen their faces like, what? So let me see if I can put this here. We're gonna figure this one out. We're gonna get down the road a little bit. Let me see if I can go close to the cotton mill gin. But the long story short, what happens is, how can you make money off land, right? A lot of you live in the southeast, and you got land, you don't particularly want it, you inherited it, and you're complaining about it. But my thought is, do like these people. They had grapes ain't nobody was buying. And let me give you the backstory on North Carolina, just for crap and giggles. Now look at this. Can y'all see this back here? This is all junk and stuff, and this is some of their other property. The same family owns all this as I'm going by. I just want y'all to see this, right? Why am I showing you this? Because so many people will say, well, Erica, you know, I inherited something, I don't particularly want it. And if you're smart about it, let me see if I can get a little bit further down, and then I'll turn around to go back to the house before the sun runs out. If you're smart about it, good Lord, they're flying on this road today. All this land can be marketed, right? People come out here on Fridays and Saturdays to go to wine events and jazz Friday night. Why? Because they need somewhere to go. Right? I'm trying to be careful because I got wine in the car. I don't want it to spill. All right, so
continue on US 158 West, 1.5 miles.
There's grapes. They're marketing the land. They're marketing more, right? You're going down here. The same family owns all this. We're still driving on the same family's land. Cotton gin. There it is, y'all. Isn't that sad right there? Doesn't that make your heart sad? Look at this. I just want to come in. I'm not going to go too close because it's illegal. But I want to show you it burnt down. This thing had a giant hang glide. It basically was the flea market from this area. This place was over 100 years old, like 95 years old, so close to 100. And there's more. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see the rest over there, but it burnt down, and people drive from other areas to go support this flea market. And people are like, oh, Erica, that's crazy. Nah, look at it. It's huge. Look how big it was. It was a huge place that burnt down. People would come out here and do shopping. It was like a giant flea market. And this family owns the land over here. They own the land over here. They're the NC Wine Grower of the Year Award. Now, you may say, well, Eric, I didn't know North Carolina had wine. Yes, we're the 9th wine producer in this country. But here's the kicker. The oldest cultivated wine is here in North Carolina. 400 years old here in North Carolina. And many people be like, what about Texas? What about California? Bump California, bump Texas. Yes, California is number 1 and Texas is number 2. But North Carolina, we have the oldest cultivated vineyard here in this state. Now, is North Carolina doing more to improve the marketability? Yes. Let me tell you kind of what happened. In the 1970s, I'm going to turn around here at this beautiful brewery. Again, another example of a family using the land they have at their disposal. Look at that. Isn't that cool? It looks like a giant, steel frame building, because that's what it is. We're going to be a little rough in this Jeep. Hopefully the wine bottles can take it. What you have to do is when your family owns land, you got to figure out a way to make money. Now they're out here in this town. And you think, well, Erica, they can't be making that much money. They are. Why? People are always finding day trips, couples, weddings. People are trying to find something to do. So your family owns this land out here, and you trying to think of how can we save this land. Now you go get this steel building. Something y'all don't know, steel buildings are actually quite cheap. Can y'all see I'm driving all over this people's land? All right, so you're out here, you got a brewery, you have Friday night music, Saturday night music. There's always artists, and the family owns the land going back that way. This is a different family though. Oh crap, hold on. Don't get seasick, you guys, from the camera. Sorry. Oh, no. So sorry. Like, this thing is like tripping. Hold on. Don't get seasick. But you guys might at this point. Okay, let me see here. Can y'all see here? Y'all might be getting seasick by now. Hold on. All right, let me see what y'all saying before I drive off. What's up? What's up? Checking in from Raleigh. Good stuff. All right, so if this is informational, put a 1 in the comments just so I know you guys are actually enjoying this conversation. I'm just not just posting for crazy. But part of the way, when I was in there, I was telling them I'm a YouTuber, I make money. They were like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I show people 50,000 and under housing, and people from California, New York, they can't think that makes sense. So I was trying to make the conversation as condensed as possible to get my point across. And immediately as I said that, they're like, YouTuber? Oh, cool. Right? Yeah, they could understand it. So this place is called Weeping Radish. Okay? Weeping Radish. And again, when people tell me, oh, I inherited some land, I don't know what to do with it, there are a million things. The creativity is on you. Right? So we're getting out here. Woo! Watch out. Hold on, y'all. All right. So, and even part of the land is for sale, which makes me sad because I feel like if they were smart, they'd turn it into kind of a wedding venue. But again, we just left the cotton over here, which you'll see one more time, that burned down, almost 100 years old. The family was smart enough to turn it into a flea market type of situation. And so you had vendors from all over the place, right? They even had some really old jewelry in there, and they were telling me about it, and they were able to salvage the old jewelry out of the place because, insurance, right? So again, out here is the home of the North Carolina red wolf. It's the most endangered wolf, and you're not allowed to shoot it. So there's the old mill, cotton gin per se. Now 1920s, it was a drinking place. 1930s, other stuff. But again, I just left this place over here, the Sanctuary Winery. And when you have land, you have to get creative and become the head of your family. So even when I was there, I was like, I really want some North Carolina wine, but I want to take it with me. But I know Texas. Look at this old gas station right here. Isn't that cool? Super old. I love it. I love my old state. When you have, Texas is having this kind of the people who own the alcohol store there, the main one, they're kind of petitioning, to be the dominant thing, and people have to go through them to bring wine from other states. And I get what they're trying to do, monopolize as much as you can. It's called Specs. And I actually know the family that started Specs, their daughter is still in the commercial, but that's another story for another day. As I'm out here, you see some of these people still have contracts for land for, different crops, greens, turnip greens, cotton, you name it, it's still out here. But a majority of these people are like, Erica, what can I do? I don't have a food contract. I don't have a farming contract. I need to make money. So the money's going to come from you creating something on your land. And that's breweries and wineries. And so North Carolina has like 140 wineries right now that are amazing and doing well. A lot of them are doing $3 to $5 million a year. Now, if you're a family that can keep your land, great. Now, originally what I meant to tell y'all as I was starting is, what's the big deal about North Carolina's wineries? In the 1970s in France, there was devastating plant bacteria that attacked the French vineyards. And if you know anything about France, they're nationally known for this wine and yada, 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 right? So they come to North Carolina and they go, oh my God, you guys grow a ton of wine out here. We want as much grapes as we can get. They went all over the whole state of North Carolina trying to buy up grapes left and right. Now, what ended up happening? Well, at the last minute, some of the French wine owners backed out and bought grapes from other places, northern Texas, California, other spots. And they still bought some in North Carolina, but not as much as originally was promised. So these families had to go, what can we do? And out of that came out many very popular, award-winning North Carolina wines. Like they would do these blind taste tests, and they would have a blind over their eyes, and they'd have to sip all the wines, right? And they go, this one wins. So what was the wine that won? Oh my God, it was a North Carolina wine. French people, German people, everybody was pissed. They were like, who the crap, right? So they would call this winery out there, and they said, hey, how much is your wine? And the family was like $7, right? They just said 7 because they're used to being on the phone and they're country North Carolina folk. They said 7. So the man was on the phone like, $700? Okay, we will buy. And they started laughing because they didn't realize people thought their wine was freaking $700 because they had won this international blind taste test. Completely won it. And no one knew the cost was $7 for this wine. So of course, in the eyes of the French and other people, they're like, what a crapshoot, right? So why that's funny to me and still to this day is the fact that I'm in Eastern North Carolina. I'm really all the way out Nags Head, Outer Banks, all the way out here. And this state just has amazing history where we've continually won, awards and championships, and it's just been overlooked because they're like, oh, a bunch of nowhere sticks kind of thing, right? And so for me, I always want to spread the thing of, if you're some kid in Eastern North Carolina and you got internet at your computer and you're watching me on YouTube, go start some YouTube stuff. Go take some of these courses, go learn how to run some of these Facebook groups, go learn how to do online stuff. You don't have to be without a job just because you're like, well, Eric, I'm out here in the rural sticks and I just can't do all those same things you talk about in your YouTube videos. If you got a computer or you got a cell phone and you got internet, you can get on that bad boy all day and make a killing. Period. The lady in the winery, which I didn't film her because I was trying to be respectful, she was telling me how her daughter, remember I told you guys a couple days ago about Q Kids? She's on a thing called VPN Kids, right? Where she's talking to kids from China, and she's a school teacher out here in the middle of nowhere. So she's like, yeah, my daughter's a school teacher, only making like $35K a year out here because it's not a lot of money. And she started teaching kids in China. So when people get creative, they can solve their own problems. My thing to you guys is don't be the person saying, I don't know how to solve my own problem. There's no honor in that. Solve the problem. What is the problem? You need cash flow. A lot of these people living out here, I mean, they could get by on $3,000 to $4,000 a month. Honestly. And so when you're talking to people, you're like, what's the amount of money you need? And when you start doing the math, man, you can run some stuff online and make plenty of money. All right? It's the new cars and new boats is what gets people caught up. Now, you're saying, Erica, some of these people need to leave here. Yeah, some of these people do need to go see new towns, see new things. But at the end of the day, most of these people could come out here and live well. So they even got a place called House of Hemp out here. I mean, look at this. Look at this coming up. This is a modular home to the right. Beautiful work on the outside, though. And so we're out here, and the place we're at is like $1 million in comparison to the town where, a lot of the properties are $200,000, if less. And, my whole thing is, use the land you got. Just use it wisely. Be smart about it. If you keep low debt, you can stay out here. You can stay wherever you want to stay and make more money. There's several Asian restaurants out here. It cracks me up because look at these trailers right here. These are trailers. Y'all see the trailers? Okay. And then brand new homes right across the street. And the golf club across the street. Cracks me up. So anyway, but yeah, whenever you see, those stories of people moving to little towns and starting a business, it's possible because their income levels are lower and they do depend on tourism out here. But at the end of the day, you can live very cheaply. A lot of people can retire out here. They got a water park I'm coming up to on the right hand side. But yeah, I made the whole trip and I made sure to support independent smaller businesses. Now there was one lady They were so grateful and happy. They're like, yeah, he went out fishing today, and he got this rockfish. Now this rockfish was super freaking long, and I wanted to support locally because of that. Because these people live here all year long. You know, the grocery stores, the food line, the chains. Yeah, you can support those because they still pay for the wages of people who live here. But overall, it's the guy who's fishing and crabbing who I want to support. It's the guy or girl who throws the winery, who tries to save their family land that I want to support. I even bought 3 bottles to ship back home to North Carolina. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, if you see a trailer on a piece of property, they're trying to build on that same land behind them, right? And permits and costs is what usually prevents that. Which I'm like, build quickly and get cussed out later. But then you might not be able to get an owner occupancy permit. Yeah, there's even a Harley Davidson motorcycles out here. I need you now. Who is that needs me now? Specs is a, in North Carolina, and there's a lot of corruption with the ABC store, but it's called the ABC store. And it basically houses, they're the only people who sell alcohol other than like gas stations and little places like that. But when you go to other states, anybody can sell alcohol. Any kind of business can, almost any business. And what it is the Specs is like the dominant master, controller of Texas. Now, they're growing as fast as HEB, and they have lobbyists as much as AGB. Definitely recheck it out because you're going to miss the whole first part where I show the 100-year-old mill that burned down, and I show you the brewery and how to make money off your land. So, but if you watch it a little bit longer, you guys will see me go over the big ocean water. It's not really the ocean water, it's actually an inlet, so it's inlet water, but you'll see the super long bridge here coming up. But here, when I was talking in the video, are you watching Joyce on your phone or on your camera? Yeah, this is NC. So part of what I would be telling people is like, if you want to make money from home, there's a million different ways to do so. A million, right? But, if you have land, if you're someone in a rural place or a suburban thing, use your land to your advantage. Again, like when I showed them,
There's a speed trap ahead.
Turning a whole space into a brewery, and now they have this whole parking lot, gravel, and all this other stuff. Oh, here it is. You guys don't want to miss this, I promise you. Can you guys see the water? It's coming up. I need this guy to get from beside me, though. That'd be great. All right, let's get over one lane so you guys can see the water. Can you see the water? Hey, safety first, though. I'm gonna put this camera back down. We are in North Carolina. All right, so this is a very long, cost a lot of money to build this bridge. It gave a lot of jobs. So, lots of water. Them eyes is on the road, baby. I'm getting back to that beach house. So again, the people that live out here have special license plates. And it's because when they do evacuations and people try to come back in, so they're not stealing, they actually read the license plates and say OBX, then you can come on right back out. But yeah, a lot of people retire out here, all kind of stuff. But that's the thing. My nephew, when we were driving by, we saw a place 198 acres for sale for $198,000. So you're sitting here talking about legacy on legacy on legacy land. First thing my mom says is, why would anybody want to buy this all the way out here? My nephew, being young and vibrant and thinking, he's like, I'd stay out here, I'd buy it. That's just it. You need young minds sometimes to see something. My mom thought of it from a comfort perspective. I thought about it from a like, hey, I'll buy this out here and put cabins out here and Airbnb and do all kind of stuff out here. Not everybody has that mind though. You know, if you ever seen the show Dawson Creek or seen things about Wilmington, yeah. Land is power, yeah. Yeah, I'm driving careful as possible. I'm just wanting you guys to see the water. I put the camera that way. And this is one of the shorter bridges. But they had to connect these people to the mainland. But at the end of the day, what I want you guys to understand is you have to get creative for your family and make it last for your family. Because I've seen people sell land for pennies on the dollar because they're like, oh, taxes, instead of getting creative. They do have ferries. And a lot of times if you see sharks out here, it's really dolphins. I love this land over here. So beautiful. This horse stable. It's got the doors all closed so the horses stay warm. All right, we're back in Kitty Hawk where the Wright brothers flew. You're seasick? Don't look. Look away. But like any town, you know, some people are like, oh, I want to get away from here. And it's like, go ahead, get away. And then they're going to come back later and realize, man, if I just lived with lower debt, I'd been just fine. I think people should move, looks like 218. I don't know where that is. I think people should move once or twice in their life. It's very helpful. I think it helps build character and gives you good comparison for why or why not you should retire back at home. When I see these people spending all this money on these cars, though, I'm like, why are you out here with these new cars? Yeah, this is North Carolina. I'm going back to fry one more piece of fish and relax. And share my wine with everybody at the house. So, how is Roseboro, North Carolina? A long back road in NC. There's even Starbucks. There's like at least 8 Starbucks here because that's how much tourists come here that they literally. I mean, Jersey Mike's and Starbucks is all over this bad boy. It's crazy. Like, I don't even know if they can fit another Wendy's, Starbucks, or Jersey Mike's here, but they're gonna try. They certainly gonna try. Let me see what else y'all got in there. Hello from the Springs. Hello. You're 100 feet from the ocean in San Diego. Don't be terrified. Listen, at the end of the day, if you live near a beach town, we're almost to the city part. If you live in a beach town, you need to learn how to swim. Point blank period. Like, I think it's just vital for your life. Like, even to this week, while we've been out here, every time the kids get near the water, I'm like, everybody swim lessons. And my cousin, who's like 5'3", Navy veteran, is all like, I got them. I can get 2 of them. And we're like, but there's 8 kids. He's like, I can get 2. That's all I'm guaranteeing is 2. Which is funny because he's silly. And they have 3 Harris Teeters out here. And I don't know anything about Harris Teeter. Well, someone's had one. So anyway, I don't know if you know anything about Harris Teeter. Harris Teeter is a little bit expensive. And they got 3 of those bad boys out here. That just tells you a little bit about the money that's out here. You got $2 million homes on the waterfront and $500,000 homes in the right behind the beach. Then you have, like, the rest of the town is like $200,000, $300,000 homes. Then you have everybody else's houses are like $50,000 to $100,000. Super cheap. It's just by the beach. I'm gonna show y'all a beach real quick. I'm gonna show y'all some beach water so you can get an idea, which you're not gonna see where we're staying, but you're seeing some beach. How about that? And there's a reason they're expensive, because the maintenance. Oh no, you got
take the next right onto Ride Lane.
All right, so here we go. There you go.
In 500 feet, turn right onto North Carolina 12 South, North Virginia Dare Trail.
Oops. All right, I lost y'all for a second. Are you back? Did I get you back? No one knows how to get to it. I would make that my mission to get to that land every day. I'd make that my mission when I get up, hire somebody. All right, so here we are. You see these raggedy looking houses right here? These are way cheaper. Let me give you an idea. Here you go. See these? These are rentals, of course, the way they look. and the beach is literally right there. You can get out and walk to the beach. So of course these homes are more expensive. I don't know if you can see the beach there, but there you go. Somebody's behind me, so I'm gonna get out the roadway. These houses over here to the right, you can see. So the thing about the beaches in North Carolina, to be really honest with you, that's very beautiful, is hold on, this guy's like ridiculous. Go around. Goodness. Ain't doing nothing in this little town. He ain't doing nothing. Look at that. That's how close they are on the beach. Now, so again, you're misinformed about the beaches in North Carolina. What you have in North Carolina is the Native Americans never stayed on, they never put roots on these outlets, is what people are doing. Now, why are they doing that? Because, you know, they can, if they can build it, they build it. But the wind moves the sand where the storms are going to come next year, per se, right? Because they're on the water. They have to be raised because flooding, water issues. It's actually legally, they have to be off the ground. They cannot be on the ground. And so what happens is, as the wind blows some of that sand away from where some of these houses are, the state of North Carolina should say, hey, we're not building any more houses there. But instead, they still give people the permits to build houses there. So again, when you hear that, oh, the beaches are eroding. No, they're not. The inlets were never meant to live on. Like, they were never meant for us to be long-term there. So when they bring sand in and try to put sand there to live there, that's not really what you're supposed to do. Our government should be saying no. Look at this bar right here, you guys. Not crazy. Our state representative should grow a pair and say don't put homes on this side of the street. But because they don't, it always looks like the sand is shifting over here. Because that's what it's naturally meant to do, to protect from hurricanes and storms and all that good stuff. So again, we're out here renting a house out here, and it's beautiful. And I mean, again, someone who buys, they have all this knowledge, right? They know the insurance is not going to be cheap. They know this sand barrier that's naturally there is to protect them. And this one's way further up. We're in the northern part of North Carolina. So anything near Wilmington, yeah, the sand is shifting in the Wilmington. Okay, so it looks like the stream is going to die soon because of the internets. Yeah, state officials, you know, should have been doing stuff to protect everybody. But again, I just want to talk about making money from the land and the internet. So if you live in one of these rural places, which I get a lot of comments saying, well, Erica, I live in a rural part and I can't Uber Eats, I can't do this, I can't do that. You need to be on the computer, improving your skills so you can be hired remotely. You need to be on LinkedIn. You need to make sure, look, you got enough internet in your house to watch ESPN all day. You got to make sure you got internet to work from home. So I just wanted to do this video and just kind of do that with you guys and talk over it because, oh, I'm on the beach. The businesses, if you want to see the businesses, I could go back into town a little bit. Hold on. This is the beach right here. We're going to go back in town. Again, these people's houses are way cheaper. These are like dirt cheap houses. But look how they look. They're old. They're 1950s houses. These, not so old. Okay, we were on a side street. Now we want to get back on the... Okay, we got to keep right. Go back to the main street. Like, that land's for sale, but why would you want to build on there? You're not really getting a good view. A house is blocking in front of you. Rural land is for hunting. Yeah, there's a ton of deer out here. Ton. Hold on, let me put this down. Okay, yeah, I can turn on this street. Alright. So people that buy a house on this side, maybe a big house, but they're not facing the water, they're just getting this on stilts built beach house. Nope, not Riceville Beach. I've already told you Nag's Head and Kitty Hawk. Alright, so real quick. Oh goodness, everybody and their mom's out here. So this is the more main strip. And again, you have 4 towns back to back. So you have police officers that only work one part, or sheriffs that work multiple parts. If this video has been helpful or informational, just drop a 1 in the comments so I know I'm not just out here driving around for nothing. You guys can like the video. Okay, we're out here. Yoo-hoo! Alright, so this is the main drag. When someone asks where the businesses are, this is where the businesses are in the town. And there's the police I was telling you about. Hopefully he'll go about his business and mind his business. That's what he should do. Oh, there's no Bojangles in this part. I mean, that's how far out we are. There's no Bojangles. Even though Bojangles was created in North Carolina, there are no Bojangles. You have to go 37 miles before you reach another Bojangles. 37 miles. Here is nothing but small business, local business, and a bunch of Starbucks, a bunch of Wendy's, and a bunch of Harris Teeters. Because that's the only franchises that have put enough money out here to come out here. If there was a Starbucks out here, I mean a Bojangles out here, it'd have a line around the building. They have like 1 movie theater. Thank you for the $2 super chat. They've had like 2 Papa John's. We're passing it right now. Nope, they ain't got no Popeyes out here. No Popeyes. Again, you're on the beach. Your costs for insurance are higher. It's all local. You're not getting a non-local place up in here. And you also have to think about the type of tourists you have in the summer. Are usually, I mean, like literally people from Maryland come down here because, you know, I mean, when we went somewhere and we asked about crabs, they looked at us crazy and asked were we from Maryland. And we were like, no, we're not from Maryland. We're from North Carolina. They're like, oh, well, usually only Maryland people that come down ask. There's no cookout. Nope. There's no cookout here. And that's what I'm saying when I tell you, like, you're out here. I flew into Raleigh and drove 3 hours to get here. To get back to where I'm from, my family's from in North Carolina, will be 4 hours. North Carolina is a huge state. People try to play like, oh, Texas is so big. I'm like, so is North Carolina. We're huge. You have several little putt-putt fun park places. They're closed for the season. It's cold. Got a Dunkin' Donuts out here. Yeah, we already passed several farms in the first part of the video. When this renders, go back and watch the first part of the video. So this is the main strip. There is 2 Dollar Generals here. Surprising. They are built right in front of one of the Harris Teeters, which shows you they're not stupid. They know they gotta have a little bit of both. Alright, so anyway, that was the video. I just was talking about, you know, you gotta figure out a ways to make money online. And if you gotta go on Udemy, up your skills, you have to. Because there's just so much money to be made out online. You don't have to worry about going out here begging for a job. If you got enough money to have your internet running for the next 3 months, man, you can have so much stuff popping off, whether you're doing Facebook groups, you're doing online business for people. Please don't cut in front of me, sir. They drive crazy out here a little bit too. There is an outlet mall, but you got to drive again another 20 minutes to get to it. 20-30 minutes almost to get to it. Again, this is a beach town. This is you're on the inlet. You're past the water, right? We drove over a bridge of water, and that was a short one. So again, people that live out here, they either, and I mean, if you're a tradesman, if you know how to do any kind of woodworking, like this is the only Kmart. Listen, you guys go look this up. How many Kmarts are left in America? I think there's 5, and this town has 1 of them. Literally, somehow they've made some rule, something, and they kept this Kmart. It's one of the last Kmarts in America. There's an RV park here. So they have movies 10. So it has 10 movie theater screens, and that's it. It's the only movie theater. Thank you, Patricia Ferguson, for the $10 super chat. Again, this is one of the food lines. This is a Belk's. Not many Belk's are left in America. So there's a Belk's here and a Kmart. So Kmart, look at these. These are all very new. So Kmart closed down majority of its businesses. I think the last maybe 100 Kmarts, if that, 50 Kmarts alive. So in this town has 1 of them, if that gives you an idea of where I'm at. They only stayed open where they were making money. There's a Lowe's here. This is a newer Lowe's and a Publix. Again, I just want to show you guys that stuff. But yeah, I'm wrapping it up. The video, but that was all the video today. Was just trying to give you insight on just different places I'm being at, different places you can invest in. You could always have in your portfolio 1 or 2 beach properties that are like a luxury thing, right? You have 1 or 2, your family stays at it, you stay at it, you enjoy yourself. Once or twice a year, 3 times a year, you come at it. Gotta whip it. Woo! Whip it good. Okay, so that was it. That's the video for today. Again, we're back in the neighborhood. Thank you for the $2 super chat, Jamar. Again, look at these. A lot of wood. Lots of wood. So you can look up prices of homes in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina to find out what I'm talking about. Kitty Hawk, North Carolina on realtor.com. You can also look it up on like Savannah, Georgia, places like that. And you can figure it out. So thank you guys. I'm going to go back to the house now. And it was a good talking to you. Thanks for all the super chats. And I hope you guys see Instagram where I show some of the wine. But I'll post it in the community tab here and on the stories tab. Later, you guys.